Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the summary of my trading for tonight, Tuesday the 28th of April 2009. Now, ladies and gents, in trading, some days are sent to thrill, other days are sent to test, and when you see what happened tonight, you'll see that this was definitely a test night. Absolutely it was. Now, quick summary. We were in a trend when we first started. We did pick up a continuation buy signal about 15 minutes into the session. It was actually immediately drilled by a big picture sell signal. So we were only able to get 3/4 of a point off that first continuation buy before we got into the sell. Now, if you are a conservative trader and you are using the 5-touch rule, you will note that out of that first continuation buy signal, we went down to 2.5%. 2.5%. Went down to 2.5 points, or just on 12.5% quite quickly. If you were an aggressive trader, you decided to tighten your stop loss slightly into profit and let the market move further, you could have actually got to a more aggressive target of around about 4 points. Now, you will note we were trading in a bad bias tonight. A very aggressive target is 4 points. So congratulations for those people that did stick to their guns on that big picture sell. The reason being is that we weren't long into the sell signal before we actually initiated a downtrend. Very encouraging position to be in, because you can actually run on to profit quite quickly. Now, again, if you wanted to apply the 5-touch rule, you could have got out of that trade at well over a 20% return, or well over 4 points. So congratulations for those people that did take that. We're testing this 5-touch rule, ladies and gents, and we're finding more and more that it is a very powerful trading tool. Even if we don't get a reversal signal, we're getting enough reason to get out of the trade in profit. Ultimately, profit is the #1 reason that we trade. Now, you'll note we actually had a stellar buy signal right at the bottom of the chart here, but you'll note with interest I actually didn't have the M2 indicator in line to take it. If I did have it, it would have been absolutely brilliant, because we would have got at least another 4 to 5 points off the market. But there was no signal there, so we actually got nothing to take advantage of this uptrend that actually took us into the mid-session bar. Now, there's the uptrend I was just speaking about there. This fence painting here, ladies and gents, we call it fence painting, is literally not a good thing when we're trading, particularly if we're after continuation signals. As a result, we stood aside from that continuation signal, and that did pay dividends. Now, the only other signal we got in the session was actually the sell signal with the red arrow right towards the end of the session. A little bit frustrating watching the index move up and down and getting nothing that satisfies our trading plan. But ultimately, that's the reason we have a trading plan, is to hold us out of dodgy trades, get us into the high probability ones. For the aggressive traders tonight, for those that knew what to do, you could have returned just on, as I do the sums, around 28.5% return. For those that were a little bit passive, you could have got just over a 22.5% return. So as much as it did test us tonight, we did get some good returns, and despite the current market conditions, even though we are in the mid-800s for the index, we're still getting some great signals. So let's hope the volatility and volume continues. I'll update you on a daily basis as to how we're going, and hopefully, if we continue to trade as we are this week, we will get to our sort of 80 to 100% return for the week. We'll see how we go. To me, the only test of what we do is live trading, and again, I don't know what will happen tomorrow, ladies and gents, but if we do get a signal, we'll take it, we'll be into it, and then I'll summarize it and I'll mark it on the chart for you. Have a brilliant Tuesday evening, and we'll be in touch tomorrow once the video is recorded. Have a great day. Cheers.